Okay, so it's time to start with the tenses in English. Something that, in fact, a lot of people find difficult. Actually, it's important to understand why you need these tenses. The answer is simple: to be able to speak. To be able to speak in a way that the other people will be able to understand you. So we start with present simple. If you look at the content of the course, you will see that the names of the tenses are repeated in different levels. The idea is that every time I will give you a part of the grammar. Nobody needs everything from the beginning. You need to make simple sentences as a child. And this is really my piece of advice. Advice uncountable, right? So, this is my piece of advice. Think of the language as if you are a child. A child speaks how? Speaks in simple sentences. So, that's why we will start working with simple sentences. This is the problem of adults most of the times. They just want to speak in a complicated way, to say something in a difficult way. No, it doesn't work like that. So, present simple, step by step, and till the end of the course, you will know everything about the English tenses. Present simple, positive forms. And an example: I work in an office. You work in an office. He works in an office. She works in an office. It walks in an office. We work. You work. They work. Okay? You see where the changes? Exactly, in the verb. So when we speak about the tenses, we will be careful what's happening with the verbs in the sentences. Verb, just to remind you, this is the action, the word which means action. Another example: I play outside. You play. He plays. She plays. It plays. We play. You play. They play. If you look at the examples carefully, what you notice? The verb is one and the same when we use I, you, we, and they. When it comes to he, she, and it, at the end of the verb, we add s. Well, this is the rule. In present simple, when we speak about he, she, or it, at the end of the sentence, we add s. The next question: in what situations we use present simple? Or when do we need it when we speak? Some sentences for examples. We cycle to work every day. My husband rides a bike every day. It rains every autumn. He speaks 3 languages in general. Do you see the similarity here? So when something happens every day, when something happens often, when something happens all the day or usually, then we use present simple. I work at school. I go to work by the bus. I like music. I love literature, and so on. You speak about something in general, or you speak about something that usually happens. Spelling rules. And yes, there are some things that you need to memorize, that you need to remember. But in fact, do you remember when we spoke about the plural forms of the nouns? Baby, babies, dictionary, dictionaries. Right. I told you that in that situation, it's important to remember the rules. Why? Because you will need the same rules with the verbs. Here you are. The baby cries outside. Cry plus s, the verb is changed into ies. Y goes to ies. Another example. He tries to come on time every day. Try plus s. Y is changed into ies. He studies every day. Same change you can see. What's the rule? When the verb finishes in consonant, cry R, try R, study D, consonant plus Y, and you add S, then Y is changed into IES. The same rule as the plural forms of the nouns. Okay? Another rule. The child plays outside. He always buys lovely presents. What's the difference now? The verb finishes in a vowel, and the vowel A or U in buy is followed by Y. A-Y, U-Y. Then you add S, and that's it. Nothing changes. You know this rule, again, from the plural forms of the nouns. Another thing that you need to remember. These two verbs, go and do. When you add S, you need E as well. Goes is written G-O-E-S. Does, D-O-E-S. You need these verbs very often. So please remember and do not make mistake again writing the verb not in the correct way. Goes and does. Another one. The child passes the street every day. Or she watches TV every day. Or she manages a lot of people. He always finishes first. Again, you know what this rule is from the plural forms of the nouns. When the verb finishes in S or SH or TCH or GE, then you need to add E. S only is not enough. And you pronounce it in a different way. Passes, watches, manages, finishes. Well done. The first step is done already. So let's start with the exercises, and after that we'll continue with the other forms that are typical for present simple. The PDF. 2 exercises are waiting for you here. You need to open the brackets. This is an exercise that you will have very often during the whole course. So you need to open the brackets and to fill in with the correct form in present simple. Be careful with the spelling.